Good morning. I have a story from Japan. I don't know much about Japan at all. I don't have any Japanese friends or anything. But this story, it's about a 42-year-old Japanese woman. She drank the tea, the PF brand, on the 5th of November. She felt 6-7 minutes later, right? And then her breathing stopped after about 15 minutes. She was taken to hospital and died of acute heart failure an hour and 40 minutes after drinking the tea. And then in Japan they have this health ministry panel, and they looked at this case and they said there is a connection, right, between the tea drinking and death. And apparently this is the first time when they admit something like this. Of course they have thousands of cases. But they said, no, there is a connection here. Maybe they should have looked further into this case. Maybe there was some other excuse they could have found, but they didn't. So I wonder about Japan. What's going to happen in Japan, you know? I think it's a dangerous situation in Japan. No, I don't know if this is true, but I have these ideas about the Japanese people, that they are very obedient. You know? They are doing what they are told. And at the same time you have this thing with honor, right, in Japan. Maybe this is true. So I think this is a dangerous combination. Obedient people feeling that the honor is important. So what's going to happen when they understand that they have been conned? I think it might be dangerous. Right? You know, Kamikaze, of course. You think about this, right? Right, I don't know. I've been reading a lot of comments lately, and I've been thinking about the establishment. And I think this is what I believe. We are the biggest threat to them. So what can they do about it? You know, they have a lot to lose, these guys. You know. So what can they do? Well, I thought that they thought about this. You know, put everybody in prison. I'm sure they talked about it. You know, like in Australia and Canada, maybe they talked about, you know, just put them all in prison. Like we did in the old days in the Soviet Union, you know. And maybe they couldn't. I'm sure they thought about it. This is their favorite solution, I think. Put them all in prison. That will quiet them, you know. Right. They did put a lot of people in prison, though. They did. Like in the United States, those people protesting the US election. You know, January 6th. Totally peaceful protest. And a lot of these people are still in prison, which is unbelievable. Right. And then, of course, they have censorship. It didn't work very well. What do you think? And they have Antifa. You know? Let's send Antifa on these people. And we can call them racist and fascists. Doesn't work anymore, does it? I don't think so. Right. So then I thought about this when I was reading comments. You know, one thing that they do that is actually working is propaganda. Of course, media propaganda. It's still working. You know, people are still buying this crap. Right. And they have people on the channels. You know, not very many of them, but I see them. I've seen them. You look at this guy, has got some strange name, and he's commenting, you think, this guy must be incredibly stupid. And then I think, maybe he's working. You know? Yes, they come into these channels. That's where we are, right? We are talking to each other on these channels. So they come in. And they are paid to do this. You know, to confuse things. And look stupid. And they can do whatever they want. Nobody will know who they are. You know? They just come in, and they say some stuff. Some people get very upset or something, and they add something to the discussion that is totally weird, you know. Yes. I think there's quite a few of them, actually. There are some names that I'm starting to recognize. Oh, this guy is commenting like this again. I mean, who is this guy, you know? Now, does it work? That's the question. I don't think it does, you know, because people who are awake are generally very, very smart people. So they don't buy it. And a lot of them, you know, see through this. Right. So I don't think it's working at all. It can be a bit annoying, you know. But, well, that's what I've been thinking. All right. Be good.